Good morning. I am doing Friday morning coffee this morning from my car because I'm actually in between appointments, and I knew that I was not going to be able to get home in time to actually set it up and film in my office like I usually do. So I'm sorry if it's a little bit shaky, but we've had a busy week, which is great. And we have met with a few potential sellers this week, and we've had a question come up, and this question has come up over the years from sellers, and so I thought I would talk about it today. And that is whether or not, as a seller, you should have your home pre-inspected. So what that means is if the seller actually hires the inspector, so inspections, full-scale inspections usually cost several $100s. So the seller will hire the inspector, and then they'll get the inspection report back and be able to get ahead of any repairs that may need to happen. And typically, we don't necessarily recommend this to our sellers, and really the reason is because if there's not anything that you think is majorly wrong with the house, there's no sense in spending the money when a buyer is going to have the house inspected anyway. So there have been instances, depending on the situation, where we have recommended it to make sure that there wasn't any major issue. But by and large, and for the most part, we just really don't think it's an expense the seller needs to incur. But we have heard lately that there are some larger inspection groups that are doing what's called a pre-listing evaluation. And this is actually a really cool thing, because what they do is they go into the house and they go through with the homeowner and point out some of the things that we most commonly see on inspection reports. It's not a full-scale inspection, but they look for things like water leaks and roof leaks and water possibly in the crawl space. The decks are huge on inspection. So how is the deck constructed? Is it bolted properly to the house? Wood rot on the outside, so fascias, soffits, window trim, gutters, things like that. So the stuff that we see most often, and those are great things to go ahead and get done before you go on the market, because it's smaller punch listy type items that the buyers won't have to deal with. So we, of course, given that my husband is a general contractor, we looked at each other one day when we were hearing about this pre-listing evaluation, and I'm like, we should totally be doing this. So we have decided to add the pre-listing evaluation into what we offer for our sellers. And we're super excited. Bernard's actually going to do his first one, not tomorrow, Saturday, but a week from this coming Saturday, on a listing that we have coming up here in Smyrna. So it'll be really cool, because he's going to walk the house with the homeowner and he'll say, okay, this looks like, evidence of a leak here. Maybe we need to get on top of that. Or here's some soffits that need to be replaced outside. And whether or not the seller chooses to make the repairs prior to going on the market, it doesn't really matter. But just knowing what a buyer might have come up on an inspection report is nice to know going into it. And again, it's not a full-scale inspection, but it is, some of the more common items that we see. He's going to take a look at and evaluate for our sellers going forward. So that's really exciting. It's an exciting thing that we're looking forward to rolling out, especially because we have this resource of him obviously being a contractor and knowing homes and being able to help us and our sellers even more than he already does. So super excited about that. Wanted to talk a little bit about it this morning, but I am headed to my next appointment. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend and a great week, and I will see you next week. And I will probably post next Saturday some pictures from the pre-listing evaluation as well. So talk to you soon. Bye.